please make welcome the greatest governor ever for the greatest state ever, Jim Justice. Hey kids, come on and sit down in the front, please. Come on.
How's everybody?
Good.
It's a great day to be here. And I always say this to people, but I know you'd probably a whole lot rather see Baby Dog than me, so I got her with me. So come on, baby.
All right.
Okay, Governor, please make welcome from John Marshall High School, the Mighty Monarchs Percussion Ensemble. Governor, this is their teacher, Tracy Philbin, and this group has consistently honored percussion group at the West Virginia Music Educators Association in Charleston. And Ms. Philbin hosts our first competition every year of your Governor's Cup Series here. That football field is amazing. I don't know if you've seen it, but they're, luxury boxes for the press box. So,
Well,
Mitch, get a picture. Kids, get up there close to the governor. He doesn't bite, trust me, I know. Okay, kids.
let me say one thing.
I was getting ready to introduce you.
And it's just this. Do you have any idea how big an honor it is to be your governor and to be able to sit and just watch the greatness of our kids? I mean, it's unbelievable. And our great teacher that has helped them and guided them and everything. But your talents are just dumbfounded. I mean, it is amazing, and it's a real honor, real big honor for me to be able to be here with you. So thank you so much. Great, great job.
Thank you so much. Okay, so we're here in the Northern Panhandle today to do a lot of great things. And this man sitting over here to my right, your left, I have known him today for 7 years and 1 month. God bless you on that, Governor.
You're not a kid.
But back in 2018, the arts, honestly, were under attack. The legislators were looking at putting us somewhere else, and this one said, no, we're going to have a Department of the Arts. The scary thing was, we're going to put Randall in charge. So, thank you for that, Governor. And through that, he's just the biggest dreamer and the biggest builder in the world. What we've done since he's been governor, we have a statewide arts conference now. We have about 150 arts organizations that come there. I will never forget the first time we did that. I had 5 minutes to talk to him about, for every $1 in federal money, it's $11. For every $1 in states, it's $21 return. I had 5 minutes, and I said, do you want me to go over it again? He looked at me and said, Randall, I can do math. And he went in and knocked it out of the ballpark. So there's that. Then for 3 years now, we've done the Governor's Arts Caravan. Our goal was to build more arts, to get more people applying for grants, and we've done that very successfully. Also, his connection with Donald Trump, when Trump was president, the National Endowment of the Arts came here and invested more federal money in this state that he's matched dollar for our state. So when he said we were going to do a rocket ship, let me tell you, he did it with the arts. He preaches constantly cultural and heritage tourism. And I cannot tell you how grateful we are for you and what you've done for the arts and what you've done for our department. So Governor, it is yours. Take it away.
Well, first of all, we've all done it together, have we not? I mean, really, when it really boils right down to it. You had to have a leader of the band, and you know, I've surely been proud to be your leader of the band. But you had to have a superstar in Randall Reid-Smith, someone that was stuck on, someone that believed, and someone that drove me completely crazy a lot of days, but in a good way, in a really, really good way. You see, and I've said this so many times that it's easy because it's the truth. You know, I really hung up on that. If you know me, that you know that you know, I can promise you in life, I think West Virginians are precious because we know how to appreciate others. And I can tell you that I think West Virginians are probably hung up on the fact that they know the difference between right and wrong. And really and truly, it doesn't boil down to what you can get by with. It really boils down to what's right and what's wrong. And so, with all that being said, here's what's right and here's what's wrong. And I'll start with the wrong. There was a point in time, and Randall's correct about this, there was a point in time where we almost made a mistake in West Virginia like you can't imagine. Really and truly, we felt like that we didn't have enough money to go around, and you had $30 worth of needs and you had $23. So certain things had to be cut. And that's really, I hate to say it, but that's almost the extent of the imagination that a lot of the leadership had in government. And this sounds egotistical, but I can't tell you anything but the truth, maybe before I got there. All we really could come up with is government is bloated, there's all kinds of waste we need to cut. And every time we turned around, the more we cut, more people left. And the more people that went to Atlanta and Denver and Chicago or wherever it was, Charlotte, because they needed a job and their kids absolutely didn't have anywhere to go. And so with all that being said, what did we do? Every time we did that, we just drug the hole right with us. We didn't have a solution. We had a knee-jerk deal, and we drug the hole. Now, in the knee-jerk, you became absolutely on a chopping block. Well, we don't need you. I mean, for God's sakes, 11, we don't need you. We don't need this area of culture and arts and everything, because we can take that however many millions of dollars, and even though it wasn't very many millions of dollars, we can take that and that'll fill in a teeny part of this hole in the bucket. And imagine the magnitude of the teeny part. This is true. I mean, there's no way around it. It's just fact. When I walked in the door, they handed me the books. I'm a business guy. And they handed me the books, and I'm a math guy. Honestly, I can buzz the math. Now, I'll screw up a bunch of other things, but I can buzz the math. And so all of a sudden, they hand me these books. I said, for God's sake, 11, what in the world are you talking about? They say before, now, when I'm in office first day, it's in January. Okay? And we got the legislature coming in and all that bit. They hand me the books and they say, God, we got bad news. We're going to be $217 million short between now and the end of the year. Now, we're supposed to have a balanced budget by our Constitution. And we're in the middle of the year and they say they're going to be $217 million short. Well, I said, my good gracious, that's impossible. You're not supposed to do that. And they said, well, it just happened. We're coming up way short in revenue, blah, 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 and all this kind of stuff. And I said, well, what about your rainy day fund? And they said, nope, can't go there. We've already drained the rainy day fund down to where our bonds are being derated. Well, when your bonds are derated and everything, your interest cost goes up and you're just in a tailspin. Like it or not like it, but you're bankrupt. You're bankrupt. There is nowhere to turn. You are flat bankrupt. And then they turn and they say, listen now, it's worse than that. In your first year, we project you're going to be another $497 million short. And then very shortly, the next year is going to grow to $772 million short. Honestly, you may think I'm playing. I picked up the books and threw them at them and said, who in the world is minding the store? This is the awfulest mess that you could ever imagine. And you depend on them. You really depend on them. Like it or not like it, that's where we started. They immediately came in and said, really and truly, we just need to get rid of you. And I said, first of all, you're going to have to drag me out of here kicking and screaming, because you are the fabric of who we are. You are. You are our heritage. You are our tradition. You are our values. And anybody that has a brain in their head would know that not only that, every dollar we spend on you automatically comes back to us like you can't imagine. What do you mean we're going to just get rid of you? And so, like it or not like it, that's where we started. I am an absolute super believer that the more we can do for the arts, the more we can do for our culture, the more we can do in promoting who we are and tell our story to the world, the better off we'll be. Today we're going to give away a bunch of stuff. It's great. It's really great. And you're going to go and do more and more and more goodness, and that's wonderful beyond belief. Just imagine that all this may have started from knowledge that I would have from a fella a long time ago. He was my son's best friend on the planet. At 63 years old, he ran all of our farming operations. He just, on New Year's Eve, just dropped over dead. And we miss him like you can't imagine. He was really funny. And he had all kinds of sayings and everything, and he used to all the time say, any frog that's not proud of their own pond is not much of a frog. Really and truly. If we aren't going to be proud of who we are, how can we expect others on the outside to be proud of us? So all that being said, all I can tell you is, for all these little fellas and girls, you have carried the torch and carried it very well. And I would say just keep doing it. For Christ's sakes of living, we need you so badly, it's off the chart. And you do greatness. And so as long as God gives me breath, I'm going to be in your corner. And I'll promise you this, and Randall, come over here, I want to show you something. Now, this is not for Randall, because Randall is one of the good guys. But Randall, put your fist up here. Just turn it toward me. Turn it toward me. Now look at this. Do y'all see that? Honestly, Randall can hit me, but if I hit him, it's not going to be pretty. And so I would tell you, you got this guy in your corner, and I'll never change. God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we have a bunch of grants to go through. We're going to start with abandoned mine lands grants through the Department of Environmental Protection. So the first one goes to the Wheeling Heritage Center project. Is somebody here from Wheeling, please? Please come up. And I'm going to read this, and then we'll be finished with the governor. The State of West Virginia, Department of Environmental Protection, Abandoned Mine Lands Economic Revitalization Grant. This is to certify that a grant of $2,011,172 has been awarded for the Wheeling Heritage Center project, and it's signed Jim Justice, Governor, and Cabinet Secretary Harold. And thank you all for saying thank you. And I'm not going to be bossy today.
I don't believe that either.
Okay, State of West Virginia Department of Environmental Protection. The grant is for $4 million to the West Virginia Farm Foods Project. And they're not with us today, we're just going to announce them real quick, okay? Next one. $6,800,000 to the Chief Logan Resort and Recreation Center. $2,421,968 to Liberty Station Lodge and Tavern. $2,406,739 to Opal Smith Highwall and Roanoke Center expansion. $2,163,954 to the Gravity Adventure Park project. $2,950,000 to the Clean Water RUT Process Project. $2,993,500 to the Ashland Resort Tourism Park. million to the City of Thomas Water Improvement Project. And $600,000 to the Baxter Volunteer Fire Department Sports Park Project. That's all of those. You can clap for that. Thank you, Governor, for that.
Okay, all those are the abandoned mine lands grants and everything, and there's so much money there, it's unbelievable, and lots and lots and lots and lots of good stuff, more good stuff is going to be happening all across West Virginia. And the other thing is for those folks that, weren't able to come and everything, maybe Baby Dog and I'll take one of those, and Baby Dog will go to Wendy's today and get really good.
Chicken nuggets. Okay, we're going to go now to the arts grants. And Governor, we have some important people that you've appointed to positions. We have our chairman for the West Virginia Commission on the Arts from Wheeling, West Virginia, Zach Abraham. Zach, you got to come up here and stand by the governor. Governor, you noticed that nice tone, right? And then a very good friend, Danielle McCracken, who is the executive director of the Ogilvy Institute, and she's the only one that understands my dilemma of running like multiple things, right, Danielle? Well, she has 5 things. Danielle, come on up. She's going to do all 5 things. So we're going to do arts grants now. Are we ready? We have our director for the arts, Jenna Green, here. She's going to come up and help me, and our deputy director, Elizabeth Yeager. Here we go. The first grant is arts and education. And Governor, we were at that school, and that music teacher directing those kids. Oh my gosh, I mean, it reminded me how important what we do is, because if it hadn't been for the arts, I would never go to school. I mean, I loved it. So here we go, first grant for the Arts Exposure Project. It is $6,200 to support the Hilltoppers Youth Music Summer Camp at West Liberty University.
Okay, y'all help me. Okay, sounds good. Okay.
And our next grant program is Arts and Education Mini Grants. It really helps teachers with a lot of their projects in schools. And I was always taught the most noble of all the arts is teaching. So teachers, thank you for what you do. This grant goes to Moundsville Middle School, $1,000 to support for the Ohio Valley Plying Air Paint Out at Grave Creek Mound Archaeological Complex. So who do I have here from Moundsville? Come on up. Our next art grants are called Art Partners, and starting this year, they will be for operating support. And its grant provides operating support for staffing and programming to stable and to build our stable arts organizations. The first one goes to Ogilvy Institute for $65,195. My friend Gail's out there, I know she is, but the Wheeling Symphony Society, $69,036. These are for our larger arts organizations for the state. We also have a partner grant that's called the Community Arts Project Support for Smaller Arts Organization. And this first grant goes to Arts Link, which is down in New Martinsville, $18,471 to support for a series of 7 concerts in Wetzel and Tyler counties. And here they come. Seeing them, I want to go down and eat at Quinette's. Who doesn't? My goodness.
There you go.
I tell you. Our second grant in this program is right here in Moundsville, the Strand Theater Preservation Society, $8,580 for support for the Strand's summer musical production, 9 to 5.
Y'all are scared me to death instead. You really are. Because if I fall, run for your life.
Our next grant program is called the Community Arts Mini Grant, and it provides support to governments and nonprofit organizations to present artists and performance and workshops. The first one goes to Grow Ohio Valley for $2,000. The next grant supports the Wheeling Samba Festival at West Liberty University. Go Hilltoppers, $1,500. And Governor, this next grant program is actually something we started when you became governor, and it helps. It's called Creative Aging for Lifelong Learning. Because you talk so much about education, we gotta make sure we keep people learning. This goes to HOH Share for support for a mosaic making class, $3,303.
Yes, sir. This gentleman just walked right up to me and he said he graduated our Jobs and Hope program. And he said it changed his whole life. Look at him, how proud of him. Congratulations.
Governor, most of our staff is graduates from Jobs and Hope, so we thank you very much. And there's-
How about that? How about that? Good stuff, good stuff, man. You keep the check.
Governor, our next program is the largest grant program. I got to tell you about this just real quick. I always say before Governor Justice got here, we went through some very lean years. He's hard to keep up with. He just works 24/7. And we've been very good about managing money at the state because we keep a very flat budget. That's what we try to do. But there are very few things that are being funded, and he's restored the money for our next fiscal year that was cut back in the previous administration, and you have no idea how many people this helps. We really greatly appreciate it. I know Danielle does. She lives on it. So, the Cultural Facilities Grant, one of 13 states in the country that has brick and mortar grants. Ogilvy Institute, $175,000 to support roof, gutter, and downspout replacement at Ogilvy Institute's Town Gate Theater. And Governor, this is a one-for-one match, so the project's actually $350,000. That puts construction workers to work, architects, and it's great for business. Okay, the Ohio County Board of Education, it's a fast-track grant, $10,000 to support for sound and lighting replacement at Wheeling Park High School. Our friend Meredith Daler's here, the principal, and the assistant superintendent, Ricky Jones, is here too. $28,991.50 to the Strand Theater Preservation Society. Support for replacement of the rigging system, thank goodness, at the Strand Theater to address safety concerns and bring the system up to industry standards. This is a great grant. The next grant program is called Living Traditions Folk Arts, and its grants provides funding to schools, governments, and nonprofit organizations to host workshops, activities, or training in the folk arts and traditional arts. $3,908 to HOH Share, support for a printmaking workshop.
I noticed how Zach came up his steps. I used to do that too.
This next grant program, I love this program because it helps artists. Professional development for artists, and it's to assist artists that provides funding for individual artists to expand or improve their work and their art and share with their communities. Eric Dye, $575 to support for a mentorship with a nationally recognized plein air artist. Okay, this is a great grant. Meredith, you're going to come up here. This is for that work. They hosted a huge, big worldwide robotics competition in the Department of Education, and we were able to help support them, and we were able to give them $2,000, and it provided not only programs, but it helped with the support of hosting people from everywhere for that competition. There we go. Okay, Shelby, I need you up here, please. So, Governor, you know we do the Save the Music program. He's done twice as much for this program as when I started it with previous two administrations. We are now in 167 of our 181 eligible schools, 6,680,000 of free instruments and musical supplies to middle schools throughout the state of West Virginia. It's the only statewide program in the country through VH1 Save the Music, and it's because of his support and your work. First $40,000 grant, and this is an incredible program, what they've built. Christian Oliver, bring your senior class up here. Cameron High School. Twins, get over there and say hello to Governor. He'll try to
Okay, now this is a good picture. Very good. Very good.
Here's the thing, Governor. 3 years ago, he started with just the twins, 2 in his program. And he's got, through his whole school now, about 67 kids. And next year, in 2025, he's taking them to the DC for the 4th of July parade. Great program in 3 years. All right. Madam Band Director, Moundsville Middle School. Where are you, Sue? There we go. Bring your kids up. These are her honor band kids. Mr. Deputy Superintendent, I need you up here, Mr. Jones. So, Ohio County, Triadelphia Middle School, $40,000. Stay here. The Warwood School, $40,000. The home of Eleanor Seaver, the voice of the century last century. Shelby, I need you and your board up here. For the Steam Power Grant, through the Benetton Foundation, we receive generally between $150,000, $200,000 a year to put out grants and through arts organizations and schools to promote STEAM, adding arts to science, technology, engineering, math, education. And so we have a grant to the Marshall County Board of Education, support for the Native American Engineering Project at Central Elementary School, and it's $6,575. As many of you know, we have a very interesting history in our state. It was founded in 1863, 1861. They founded the Reform Recognized Government of Virginia because you had to have the permission of the mother state to become a state. And I always say the mother state, but we were always loyal Virginia. And we never had a statue of Arthur I. Gorman. And the current governor has actually helped to fund a statue at Independence Hall for our first governor, Arthur I. Morgan. And that was an appropriation of $25,000, and that will be dedicated on June 20th. And Debbie, while you're up here, we always have legislative line items. And Independence Hall gets $27,277 for the support of our programs and to help with anything we need up there. We're the only state in the country that has a state Independence Hall. We're very, very fortunate, and it is one of our most cherished artifacts, Independence Hall. Also, a legislative item, we have 3 major orchestras. You can sit down now, Ms. Debbie Jones. Thank you. I said may instead of can, that's like being polite. Okay, here we go. Our 3 major orchestras, and this is the oldest and longest running orchestra in our state, the Wheeling Symphony Society, $59,058. And we have 2 historic preservation grants, because that's underneath us as well. And the Market Street Now LLC received a $50,000 state development grant. And are you all here? It's the city of Wheeling. Is there somebody here from Wheeling? Wow. We had another grant for $15,000 for Jared Stone, but he could not join us today. Okay, Governor, this is a very important thing. And we have with us Miss Kathy Fox. Would you please come up here, Kathy? Kathy runs the music in our schools month, which is March. She did a great video last year that won the big award for all the states, because you were the star governor. And so I'm going to read this and you get to present this to her. Proclamation by Governor Jim Justice. Whereas for more than 30 years, March has been officially designated by the National Association for Music Education as Music in Our Schools Month, encouraging communities across the nation to focus on music education. And whereas music education is part of a well-rounded education for every student, as outlined in the Every Student Succeeds Act, and whereas the purpose of this celebration is to raise awareness for the lasting positive impact of music education on the academic, personal, and professional growth of our students. And whereas music education shapes the way our students understand themselves and the world around them, allowing for a deep engagement with learning. And whereas Music in Our Schools Month reminds us that school is where all children should have access to music, and whereas music educators, students, and communities throughout West Virginia demonstrates the importance of quality music education program to the lives of young people, and whereas the state of West Virginia joins our music students, educators, and communities in celebrating the power of music education. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Jim Justice, Governor of the great state of West Virginia, do hereby proclaim March 2024 as Music in Our Schools Month in the Mountain State, and encourage all citizens to join me in this observance to celebrate and acknowledge every day, but especially in March, that music education is an essential part of every student's well-rounded education, in witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused the great seal of the state of West Virginia to be affixed, done at the capital city of Charleston, state of West Virginia, this 31st day, oh, it was on my birthday, oh my gosh, I love this. This 31st day of January in the year of our Lord, 2024, and the 161st year of the state, Jim Justice, the great governor of the greatest state of West Virginia. And it's also signed by Mac Warner. Thank you, Governor. And Kathy, one more thing before you leave. 2 years ago, the West Virginia Music Educators Association, they always have a President Award. You were the first governor ever to receive that award 2 years ago. I don't know if you remember, but you came over there and there was like 1,100 kids and Baby Dog. They loved seeing the governor, and Baby Dog was there too. So Governor, thank you for everything you do for the arts and for music. You are amazing, I'm telling you. All right, I think that's it. Let's see what I got next on here, Governor. That's everything we're supposed to do. Arts, history preservation. Oscar Wilde once said, the definition of a cynic is a person who knows the price of everything and the value of nothing. You, my dear friend, are all about value and about making us the greatest state, the greatest people. What you do for the arts, in my lifetime, no one else has done. I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. Thank you from the bottom of a very, very grateful heart. Governor, in 2010, as we were building up to our 150th anniversary of West Virginia, we started the West Virginia State History Bowl that you've been to. And this is Danny Gatz. He sits on your Archives of History Commission, and he's won 6 of the 14 championships. And at Sherrard, he's won 3 of the last 4. And this is your current reigning West Virginia State History Bowl champions. And Delegate Stevens is also their coach there. So big hand to Sherrard, to Delegate Stevens, and Danny Gatz.
Baby Dog says, see, the girls are always the smartest.
Okay, thank you all so much for coming. Governor, you get the last word.
Well, y'all come on in. The last words would be the first words. And the reason for that is they were the truthful words. You've done amazing work. Just keep on doing it. Maybe we've set a precedent that maybe when I'm long gone, the people that absolutely follow in my footsteps will remember that we set that stake in the sand. We set a stake in the sand to do goodness, and you have proven over and over and over what you bring to the table and what you are and what you do for this great, great, great state. Just keep doing it. God bless each and every one of you. You make me proud. You make me proud, and it's been a big time honor being right with you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.